Hey, Tim.
Pause for a minute there. Chris, a positive second half performance, but it was always going to be tough, wasn't it, once you conceded those two early goals?
I thought it was a positive first half performance. I think the game kicked off at 6 minutes past 6 for us. Unfortunately, we were 2-0 down by the time it kicked off. So, two goals that were avoidable from our point of view. I think Jack just comes out on his left foot and keeps the ball moving on this left side. He goes back on a diagonal and John stays on his feet. I think he sees that out. It's a great finish by Jimenez. And the second one, Jack stumbles into Ender on a corner and he's a free header. So, difficult position to be in 2-0 down against a side and a side that possesses unbelievable pace on the counter-attack as well. You know, you have to risk to try and get back in the game, which we did first half and especially second half, and you leave yourself a little bit open. But I've got to say, the players, it always is a test for any professional football when you're 2-0 down first game of the season after 6 minutes. I'm not surprised of their attitude and the character. And, they didn't play with 10 men in the second half or 9 or 8 and people went missing. They stuck at it. You know, we lacked a touch of quality when we got into some fabulous positions. And I felt if we'd have just shown a little bit more quality, composure and belief in those positions, we get one back, I think we'd have got something from the game, knowing that we'd be open on the counter-attack. And, but obviously the 2-0 down after 6 minutes hurts us and gives us a mountain to climb.
Do you have to put it into a little bit of context as well? Do you think Wolves might be a side that could actually challenge for Champions League this season?
I can't tell you that, Tim, after one game.
From what you've seen last season as well, though.
Top 7 side for the last 2 years, so I think they might be in the top 10 and they just spent about £50 million on 2 players and they've got a quality manager and they've got quality players, so I'm expecting them to improve, but I'm not really interested in what Wolves are doing. You're interviewing me to see what Sheffield United are doing and disappointing on the back of a defeat against a really good side and the manager got a huge amount of respect for, so disappointing night for us, but quickly move on. I think that's one of the things that we talked about as a group. The challenge is how you get on when you get beat, because obviously we've had a decent run at it over the last sort of 3 or 4 years, but it really counts for nothing. You know, it's relevant because you're going to get beat in the Premier League, so it hurts. But quickly move on to Thursday, get a positive performance out of the players in the cup at Burnley, and then obviously a tough away game at Villa, who are going again in terms of the players that they're bringing in.
Do you just need a break tonight at 2-0 down? John Fleck hit the post, didn't he, if that had gone in?
Yeah, fine margins, but I thought our build-up play was good, and as I said, we got into some really good positions. We just couldn't find that final bit, whether we crossed it too early or we turned down a cross. The things that you expect to happen when you're in a rhythm and a flow. I think we're always talking about it's a broken pre-season. I lost Zanderberg to injury on international duty. I've lost David McGoldrick to injury on international duty. They trained for half an hour yesterday to go onto the bench, and we've lost Lys Mousset with a foot ligament injury. So there are a couple of blows that we have to take on the chin, but we kept going. As I said, I think it always is a test of a character of a footballer. People talk about team spirit. I think at times it's nonsense just because maybe they go out for a beer now and again. They've got a brilliant team spirit and a brilliant dressing room, or they win a game of football. Try dealing with that one when you're 2-0 down against a team like Wolverhampton Wanderers. And for me, the group stuck at it, didn't cave in, didn't get the white flag out and all those things that people talk about, and stayed in the game. Got a foothold in it in the first half and tried to get back into the game second half and pushed, knowing that we'd would leave ourselves open a little bit on the counter-attack. But no complaints about the result. A couple of complaints about, the manner of the 2 goals. And a lot of work to be done leading up to the Villa game, which I imagine everybody in the Premier League is saying exactly the same thing.
Could you have a new striker in for that Villa game?
Trying, yeah. I mean, it's an important area of the pitch. Obviously, we've got the skipper and David McGoldrick who are involved tonight. Ollie Burke's not played any minutes of football at all, so he'll start his season on Thursday night at Burnley in the Cup. Ollie McBurney was out on his feet as well. So and Lease is injured. So definitely, still yet again, I think we've created some quite big chances today as well. So we're definitely looking to improve. I said it all along. I'm delighted with it, with what we've brought in. Them boys are pushing, and if we can get one at the top of the pitch to really, give us that quality, then we're in being better shape than we were when we first started the Premier League against Bournemouth.
Cheers, Chris. Thanks.
Cheers, Tim.
Rob Staten.
Chris, as a first game, are the things you can build on there, despite the result?
Yeah, definitely. There was. I thought that the effort in the players, the desire to try and get back into the game was there. I thought we were brave in possession. We took the game, which we had to do with 2-0 down. We've got to take risks. A great desire to get up to the ball and get behind the ball. You're playing Wolves on the counter-attack. They're absolutely lethal. You've seen Traore, Jimenez and the boy on the left wing of incredible pace. So you have to risk. And we didn't want to go out the back door. But certainly in terms of, the goals, you look at the goals, they're avoidable from our point of view. As I've just said, I think Jack just comes out on his left and doesn't have to hit that diagonal. And John stays on his feet. It's a brilliant finish. I think it's difficult for the defenders there because they're getting overloaded. And I don't think, Aaron had much hope with both the goals. And obviously the second goal, Jack's just bundled into Ender, who's picking up size, and it's a free header from him. But we had chances. We've got into good areas, second half especially. We've had 2 or 3 good chances. I think Ender should do better. I think Billy gets to the byline. He should pick out Lunny for a tap-in. And Ollie's had a couple of headers that we'd be disappointed not to score with, hit the post. So I didn't think it was all one-way traffic from Wolves' point of view. I didn't think it was a comfortable night from their point of view. I think they've had to work hard to get the result, which we would expect to when every team comes here. Obviously, it's a disappointing start for our Premier League season, but definitely answering your question, there's lots to go at.
Thanks, Chris. Thank you.
Cheers, Rob.
All good? No more hands? Thanks, chaps. Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.